And here comes your tournament and championship MVP, Katherine Jones from Florida A&M. She has been the picture of consistency so far here today as an anchor for her team. Not a good shot there, her first one out the box. And this game one of this next best of 7 series puts FAMU about 3 pins down.
You know, the other factor in this second best 4 out of 7 is the fatigue factor.
Yeah, it's a long day. Actually, this, to be honest with you, is the 3rd match that FAMU has had to roll today, because they had to beat Florida A&M earlier in the day,
right,
just to get to the championship, and then they bowled 7 games against Jones for Florida A&M, who in the 5th frame here in this game, number 1, left it open frame with a 6-3. But here we got a strike. That's what she does best. And that's Katherine Jones at her best.
Hey, were you listening to me when I was talking about the keys? Remember I said something about the anchor bowler must be clutch?
And she's been clutch all day.
You don't think I just make this stuff up, do you?
No, we watch Katherine Jones.
It's called deductive reasoning.
And her name is not Zita, and the middle name is not Zita.
No, it should be like, her middle name should be like Superstar, because she's been absolutely great in the anchor position. Every time her team's needed her to step up, she's done it. Oh, now hang on. This changes things, because if she doesn't slide the 4 into the 9, let's say she gets 9 out, that would be 159. That would leave Megan Buja an opening here in the 10th frame where she would only need spare strike or strike spare to win this game 1.
It might.
Are you kidding me?
Yes.
Are you kidding me? You know how dangerous that is? If she misses both pins, it's 158. Then Buja just needs 9 spares, strike 9. I mean, and then then they win the game by 1 pin. Now
you don't even make that shot half the time.
No, now Buja needs a double.
Yeah. Best of 7 second series. Won the last 2. Katherine Jones with a strike to open the 10th frame for Florida A&M, but it still will not be enough, as they're still down 17 pins.
Their last 3 bowlers, Carrie Jeffries, Carrie Hopkinson, and Katherine Jones, has been so solid throughout this entire competition, but especially today in the championship match, they've been really, really good.
Now down 19 pins. Spare ball. 8 split. Almost. Very good effort by Katherine Jones, but 198 is all they could put up in this one, and give this one to UMES. Game 5 coming up, with it all tied at 2 games apiece.
You are watching the MEAC
Bowling Championship on ESPNU.
Katherine Jones, 10th frame here for Florida A&M. Big shot for her. Yes, indeed. And that's Katherine Jones basically all day long.
She's been very, very good for this team in the anchor position. Even though that was a Brooklyn, it's still a strike at this stage in the game. It's not how, it's how many. A strike's a strike. Let's see if she can put one in the pocket.
She can pull up 2 more. She'd be great. She does.
How many times have we seen her step up in the 10th frame today?
Quite often. Quite often.
Wow.
She has done it all day long, and her team still ahead. And we'll see what Megan Buja can do when she comes up in the 10th frame here in game number 5 for UMES. Meanwhile, Katherine Jones putting on a strike clinic right now for Florida A&M. And she gets 3 in a row.
She just forces Megan Buja to get the first strike here in the 10th frame, and then good count.
Bowler for Florida A&M. Let's see if Katherine Jones can do what needs to be done to keep her team close right now before we get into the final 5 frames. Yes, she does. So, with 5 frames left to determine the champion for the 2014 MEAC Bowling Championship, we'll see what happens when we come back. And the anchor bowler, Katherine Jones, who's been golden all day for the Rattlers of Florida A&M, will get to roll her final ball in a MEAC championship. She leaves a 7-pin. She's a senior.
Charlie, I think you're right. I think this exposed a lot of weaknesses in the UMES team, and one of the big ones for me is their spare game. Their spare game needs a lot of work. You know, they collectively, I think they have a lot of talent. They have the talent to throw the strike balls. But when the strikes aren't there, their spare games need to be sharp, and a lot more sharp than they were today.
Yes, and that could hurt them down the stretch. Of course, you know, they're going to the USBC. They're going to a big tournament out in Reno, Nevada coming up. They've got the NCAA coming up in April and in Ohio. So it's, you know, they get the exposure. They get to play the tough teams, the Nebraskas and the Vanderbilts and the Fairleigh Dickinsons, as Katherine Jones ends her collegiate career, and when I say collegiate career, her MEAC bowling collegiate career, with a big strike here, but 182 to 1.